Today we want to speak about the Kaporah that is so important and what we must have to approach God. And now I have my finger on a little word here, Lamed Shin Mem Resh. To guard is what it means, to be shomer over. And who are we talking about? We're talking about the cherubim, the angels. And what are they guarding? They're guarding the Derek Etz HaChaim, the way to the tree of life. And so if you think, well, I can get to the tree of life any way I want, you got a big problem because you got those guards, and they're angelic guards, and there's many stories about angels in the Tanakh and in the Bible. And if you don't believe in angels, then you really don't believe in the Bible. Because listen, if you go out to Rikers Island and you say, you know what, I'm going to get in there and visit that person, and I can get in there the way I want to go. There's not going to be any guard to tell me what I have to do. Well, you're going to be in for a big surprise. The first thing they're going to do is bring the dog out to sniff you for drugs. Then they're going to shake you down. You're going to have to get everything out of your pockets and put them in a locker. You'll only have your driver's license with your picture and your locker key. That's it, to go through all of the metal detectors and all of the pat downs and everything that they're going to do. And you will get into one compartment, and then when you get this ID, they will put your index finger and they will take a picture of you, and they'll make you a temporary ID. Then you're going to have to put your driver's license and your locker key in another locker, and then you will have only this temporary ID. And then when you go into the visiting area, you will not be able to bring anything with you. So you're going to do it exactly the way they say. And there are rabbis that maybe go out to Rikers. They're going to visit some poor Jewish guy who got in trouble, and maybe they want to do it their way. And there are rabbis that say, no, we can get you into heaven. We'll do it our way, no problem. There is a way that seems right to a man. There was a great rabbi named Zakkai, and he was one of the Tanaim of the Mishnah, and he said, look, for the converts to Judaism, they don't have to bring the money for the sacrifice. And he wrote that down, and everybody said, well, that must be right? So, I guess maybe we don't even need a sacrifice either. The temple's been destroyed. He got here to Israel and started his yeshiva before the destruction of the temple. So we'll just go with the rabbis. Well, friend, there is a way that you could try to go. But I got to warn you, the cherubim are going to guard that way. And it says it right here at the last verse of chapter 3 of Bereshit or Genesis. And I want to talk to you about something that's involved in Judaism. You have the Mizbeach. You don't just approach God. You have to have a Kohen. And he has to have a Mizbeach. He has to have an altar. And there has to be a victim put on that altar. And you need to learn this little word, Mizbeach, Mem, Tzadi, Beis, Het, Mizbeach. And not only that, but friend, you have to have the Korban Ta'at, the sacrifice of sin, the victim. And it says in Isaiah 53, Moshiach will be the victim. He will be an Asham. And he will give his Nefesh. And he will do it for us. He was cut off from the land of the living for the transgression of my people. For us. Hallelujah. And then, besides that, and what are we talking about? We're talking about the Kaporah for Deyn Nefesh. That's Yiddish. The Kaporah for Deyn Nefesh. That's what we're talking about. And we're talking about getting past the correction officers out at Rikers. You got